Presenting Father Maguire, the fat chap in a flat cap. Viewer discretion is advised. Some of what you are about to see may shock you. It may astound you. You may want to see more. Fasten your seatbelts. This could get bumpy. Filmed in Technicolor. Good afternoon. It is I, Father Maguire, with George over here on the window. This is normal sitting place. He sits in that window all day. Anyway, hello to you. It's Wednesday, the 12th of January, and I thought I'd give you an update. It's been 5 or 6 days since I did a video, and quite a bit's happened actually. So I mentioned last time that I'd found another company that was doing training for class 1. Now, I've sent them an email asking when I'm likely to start on this course, and that was last week on Monday something, and I've still not heard anything. So I don't know what's going on with that. Now, I've not said anything to the school that I'm still studying through to do my class 2 with, hopefully getting a medical notification sometime at the end of this week. And I've started a new course with them this week, which is actually driving a goods vehicle. So it's relevant to what I wanted in the first place, rather than all those stupid subjects that made me jump through hoops to do. So anyway, I've carried on doing this, and then Monday I was out helping a friend, took him for a drive, and I get an email from a tutor that I was doing English and maths with about 2 months ago. And I'm going to read you this email because it infuriated me. Right, so after everything that's gone on with the lies that's been told, the wasting of time, the fact that I had problems with this tutor before, and then I get this email: "Hi Phil, hope you are okay. Many apologies, but I've had your IQA report back and they are asking for amendments." Now, apparently what happens is, even if the tutor passes you on the subjects, it then goes to this IQA place that then decide that it's not good enough and you need to do more. So, it also says that I will arrange for you to complete another discussion with both ladies that I did a discussion with twice already. So, it's ridiculous. It says you will need to revisit Springboard and complete this by the day set, which is the 21st of January. And let me just read you some of these reasons why I've had this IQA report back. Has used the wrong use of effect in sentence. Effect. I made sure I got my wording right by actually looking it up online, because I wanted to make sure that I didn't have this sort of shit happen. So I've got to change one of them because apparently I didn't use it in a correct context. Has used inappropriate words for a personal statement, i.e. ugly, dirty, bad. These need to be relevant to a statement for a job application. Well, again, I'm not applying for a job with this college. They made me change my entire CV because they said my CV was not good enough. Now, I know my CV is good enough because I've got jobs with it, and there's no way that I would use their template and the way they insisted I do my CV to please them for a fictional job that I'm not applying for. The mind boggles. Has used inappropriate words for a personal statement, i.e. ugly, dirty or bad. ridiculous. Has not specified 2 reasons why. These both relate to mistakes. Not really answered the question. Needs to be more specific. The next one has used several joining words in his sentence, but the sentence has some grammatical errors. I'm not here to study GCSE English. And this is one, I'll come to what's happened. Let me just finish reading all these off. So, has used several joining words, but needs to revisit punctuation in sentence to ensure that it reads correctly. So now they're now saying my punctuation's not right. Check grammar and punctuation in letter and use of commas. Some grammar and punctuation errors. Break up the sentences using full stops and exclamation marks. Not full sentences and paragraphs. Example, I have also, good team player does not make sense. Please ensure that the letter has good sentence structure. Please ensure correct spacing between paragraphs are used. And then this one, 92% of the answer has been taken directly from different internet sites. 92%. A bit exact, isn't it? Please write this in own words. And the last one, so there's 10 in total of these things that I need to go back to revisit. I'm not going to. Please revisit the social media discussion again, as he did not contribute enough to the discussion. And a couple of the parts have not been covered. Well, the discussion, right, I attended one. I prepared 3 subjects that I was told I needed. To find out on the day, I actually only needed 2 of them. So I wasted a load of time because the tutor told me I needed 3. I had a load of paperwork printed off with everything that I'd researched and was ready for the discussion. Again, that I didn't really believe that I should have been undertaking in the first place. So I did this anyway, did the discussion. About a week later, I get an email from the same lady again saying, you need to have a prop with you in the discussion. So for each one, which was one, excuse me, one was healthy eating and one was social media. So I needed a prop for each one. So I got a banana out the kitchen and I got my mobile phone as a prop for the social media. So I did this. So I had to do the discussion again because she forgot to tell me I needed a prop. So I did this for a second time and everything was fine. All the subjects were passed. I've started a new one this week and this email's come 8 weeks after I finished that subject. So 2 months later, I'm now being told by somebody other than the tutor that it's not good enough. So, I mean, honestly, if I'd have I started typing out a response to her email and I was really mad. And I was waiting for my mate to come out from his friend's house. And he did before I'd finished, writing it out. So I thought, fair enough. So I calmed down a bit, went to his house, had a coffee, ended up going back home. And then constructively wrote an email. But this was after I spoke to my current tutor. I spoke to the one that's helping me doing the goods vehicle course. And I rang her up and I said, look, I need some advice. And I told her about the email and I said, it's not good enough. I've gone above and beyond. And I checked and I'd done 20 hours of work, 20 hours of work on these subjects that were irrelevant to driving a lorry pretty much. And I said, I've done more than enough work. And these are pathetic little answers, like grammar, check your punctuation. I'm not here to study English. I'm here to get a driving license to drive a lorry. And this is my point. So she said, look, I hear what you're saying. And the one thing I'll suggest is send a complaints email to the complaints department. So she gave me the address, the email address, and I did. I constructively wrote an email out. I complained, sent it off. And lo and behold, yesterday I got a phone call from a lady from that department who's head of quality, I believe, in the school. And I explained why I was aggrieved and angry getting this email 2 months after I'd finished the course. If I'd got it a week later, it was still, I would still be able to remember what was involved in the course. But they have, like that English one, there must have been 70 or 80 questions. And there's no way that after 2 months that I'm going to remember half of them. So, they've left it a bit late. Plus the fact that I'm being held uh, responsible for mistakes that my tutors made. So I basically, I let her have it on the phone. I wasn't unpleasant to her. I said, I know it's not your fault, but you're the lady who's dealing with the complaints. And she says she's going to look into it. So I'm expecting a phone call. She says she's going to ring me back tomorrow. So Thursday, I'm expecting a phone call. I'll let you know what happens with that. So that's my rage for this. And trust me, I was really mad on Monday when I got that email and I started reading some of these pathetic little reasons why all of a sudden it's not good enough anymore. It's honestly, I mean, what do you do? It's insulting, is what it is. It's demeaning. I don't think that my education level, my standard of English and maths or any of that is very low. I think it's all right. And if anyone that has a poor standard of English and maths has to go through that to get to where I want to be with the license, there's no way they're going to do it. There's no way they're going to put up with it. And it's almost aimed to put people off doing it in the first place. And I know they've mentioned that before because they want to make you jump through all these hoops because the going to do a practical test for class 2 or class 1 is expensive. And, they want to make sure people are serious enough. Well, I'm not being funny, but I found out this week as well that West Notts College aren't actually funding me to do these subjects. The government are. So what the hell has it got to do with this business school? Whether I pass or not, you shouldn't have such high standards to eke out people that aren't educated enough to do this level of English that they want you to do when all you want to do at the end of the day is drive a lorry. So anyway, we'll see what happens with it. I've started the course this week on driving goods vehicle with the original school that's pushing me through to do my class 2. I thought I'll carry on with it, because this new one that I've contacted that haven't come back to me to tell me when I'm starting with them does a lot shorter. They do only 3 weeks of online learning, which pretty much is probably what I'm doing with the other school now. And then they send you off for a medical, the theory, and put you in for your test and stuff like that. So I'm just going to leave them in the background. I'm not saying anything about them at the minute and see what happens. But I'll carry on with these because I got a phone call last week on Friday from a lady who's in charge of, she's a relationship manager or something with this school. And she told me that I should have my medical booked by the end of this week. Not for this week, but actually booked. So I'll be made aware of a date that I go for my medical. So I'll prompt Chris about this and say, well, Jackie said I should be getting it. So any idea? And she'll probably go off and find out. But anyway, so yeah, hopefully I'll get a date for my medical at the end of this week. This is a 3-week course. There are 9 units to cover, 3 each week, and I'm on the last one. I started it Monday afternoon, did a little bit. I spent a lot of yesterday, about 5 hours, and I've spent a lot of today actually, probably another 3.5 hours so far today, and I'm on the last one, the last unit, and she's already marked quite a lot of it already. I can tell you straight off the bat having a look. She's marked 47% of it already, and I think I've passed all that lot. So I'm just going to have a quick scan while I'm on the recording with you. Yeah, she's got up to 3 units before where I'm actually at. So I've done about 80% of it already, and all of it's correct so far. But of course, this is what I brought up in the complaints thing. What happens in 2 months if all of a sudden the person above this tutor says, oh, it's not good enough, you've got to do this again, you've got to do that again. So anyway, that's pretty much it, folks. I've not really got a lot else to tell you. George has had a trim. He looks bang on, doesn't he, George, eh? Come on, let me show you to the people. There we go, there's George. He's had his trim done. So he's lost all his hair, hasn't you, mate? Feeling a bit sorry for yourself the first few days. But yeah, he's much better for it, no doubt about it. And I'll put him back on his windowsill because he likes to be up there watching what's going on out in the real world. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Don't forget, if you don't already sub to my channel, please do. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Comments below for anything you want to put. You know, you look like shit. That's acceptable. I get that. But yeah, so I'll hopefully get that phone call tomorrow, letting me know what's going on with those ridiculous reasons to have to revisit English after 2 months of not doing it. And yeah, we'll see what goes on from there. Anyway, thank you for watching, folks. I do appreciate it. And I will speak to you all again soon in the next update. Take care for now. Father Maguire out.